Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all are doing well. So my people, that this news that be going around like since yesterday about Nnamdi Kanu's family, the deal they had with Tinubu's son before the 2023 election, saying that if Tinubu, win the election, that they're going to release Nnamdi Kanu. So there have been a lot of, controversy about this. People are saying that they said it that Nnamdi Kanu's family, betrayed Nnamdi Kanu as well as Ndi Igbo, because they know very well that they have this dealing with the Nigerian government, that they are not really fighting for Biafra. So as this news came out, so people are now confirming it, say yes, they said it that, Nnamdi Kanu's family betrayed Nnamdi Kanu, this and that. And some people are saying that these people, they are doing everything possible to make sure that their brother come out from the, DSS custody. Because if you are kind of sick, you go anywhere, any length to make sure that he gets well, right? So I don't know your opinion, but before you leave your thoughts in the comment section, just watch this video and hear what they say concerning this matter, as well as how US as well as Europe, invite UN to intervene of the killings in the Southeast. Just take a listen and hear everything they discussed in this particular video.
Betrayal. The family is saying that they've been betrayed by the presidency, that is the president and his son. Now, is the son of the president not hear anything like this about a conversation between the presidency or the president's son and this proposed release of Nnamdi Kanu, if at all the president's win, or if they're able to give the president whatever required support? So how do we authenticate this supposed agreement? The lawyer has never mentioned it for once in all the time he's addressed the press. And if this is the case, and there is nothing valid written on paper to actually say, okay, this meeting took place, this agreement took place, whose words should anyone take? Who should anyone believe? The president can easily distance himself from these proclamations being made by Prince Emmanuel.
I said it's a nice one, Esther, because it has been brought to discussion now. I know that we'll be discussing about this Nnamdi Kanu, for some time now, for some years now, and nobody has heard anything about agreement. But now, an agreement has come in that he had with the first family. They had it with the first family. So that's a good one for us to start the new year and start discussing his release by the same government that is headed by the first family whom we had an agreement with. Then the lawyer also now is privy to this type of agreement now. So the agreement needs to be put forward. Who were those that were in that sitting, what were the resolution, and where is the condition backing up the agreement? So it can be picked up from there. It's already in the open clear now that it's open for discussions now. So if there is anything that is being hindering that agreement for it not to be carried out since the president came into power, it will now be open for Nigeria to be discussed and look at the way forward for the young man, Nnamdi Kanu, to be released. So that's why I said it's a nice one. Before now, even last Sunday when we had closed up for our discussions on political life, we still made mention about Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration for over 2 years. But we never heard of the agreement. The agreement has come in the new year. It's a good one for us to discuss further and find and chart the way forward for the young man to be released.
Mr. Elvis, the reason why there is... Okay, so let's look at this part of the statement. He said, Sheyi confirmed to me that his father sanctioned the meeting, that I should consider any agreement we reach as binding on the then candidate, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, he said, in good faith, we agreed that I shall relay the outcome to my brother to reinforce the long-held tradition of IPOB not interfering with the conduct of elections, either through boycott or any other form of civil disobedience. And this understanding was duly communicated to his brother. Don't you think this particular statement he made here was indicting by saying that most of the civil disobedience occurring in the Southeast is actually by IPOB, whereby there was an agreement that, okay, IPOB would not disturb the peace or sanity of that region. Since there's an agreement, we're going to communicate with them so that whatever intention they have to scuffle the elections at the time in the Southeast will actually be derailed. So don't you think that this particular statement he made is actually quite indicting for him to have informed that there was a promise made that is like, if you agree to help facilitate the release of my brother when you come on board, I promise that IPOB will not be engaged in any civil disobedience or in any way to, inundate the elections in 2023. How do you see that phrase in his response or reaction to this betrayal, as he claims?
If to tell the world what they discussed in the closet where we were not part of it, and some a party to the agreement has not fulfilled its own side, there's a betrayal there. If the family president releases him, and Nnamdi Kanu is able to work with the government to nip the security in the southeast in the bog as it is now, then there will be progress. But now, Nnamdi Kanu is still in incarceration. IPOB is still being described as a proscribed organization. So, and there are so many things that are still,
Mr. Elvis, do you understand the question I asked you? I read out the phrase that this man said. And I'm saying that, don't you think it is indicting for that particular disclosure by saying that we will tell our people to calm down? We will ensure that we show you the necessary support. Elections will be smooth in our region if this agreement is binding. Don't you think he has indicted that, okay, maybe somehow Nnamdi Kanu still has any link or relationship with the current insecurity in the southeast with IPOB members? Because this particular phrase is very indicted with this statement that was made.
Yes, but Nnamdi Kanu has not been released. Since it has not been released, where is the indictment there? If it's released and the insecurity continues, that's where the issue would have to saying, no, there is a betrayal. This man is still in incarceration. They made some of these promises during the electoral campaign.
Yes.
Politicians can sign agreements and make promises, during campaign. And most times when they get into office, they renege. That's what caused problem with most of the godfathers and their sons when they are campaigning and when they are making this agreement, at closed doors. That's what we are seeing here. Now, this agreement were electoral campaign agreement, and now execution is necessary for them to come up, and it has not been done. So that's where the betrayal is coming in from. The family of Nnamdi Kanu that are saying, that it's like the part of the agreement has not been, agreed on. They are betrayed. They are not wrong. If you have an agreement that you made during your electoral campaign, and the family were able to work with you to, get your own side of the promises you made, if they got it for you, then it is now left for you to also, rub your shoulder with them and do likewise what you both agreed on. And it has not happened. The president has been there now going to a year plus, something going to 2 years now. Nnamdi Kanu is in incarceration. You see, to cut our back and forth, throughout last year, and even nothing happened. So I think it's good he came out and told the world now that there was an agreement concerning this matter.
All right, so if that is the case, if, for example, again, this is a verbal agreement, the president can easily distance himself by actually let me not use the word lying, denying that he ever or such a conversation took place. Now, it's now left for Prince Emmanuel to bring the witness that was with him when they went to Abuja, and the supposed ex-governor that said, okay, we can facilitate this, that actually called him and invited him. Now, in a situation like this, do you think that there's a deliberate reason why the president has been quiet about Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration? I recall in 2023 with the media chat, that conversation did not even come up at all. And the president has also said that he's going to allow all institutions to work out themselves. He doesn't want to infuse or influence the outcome of how institutions conduct themselves and the rules and regulations required within those institutions to conduct themselves, which includes the judiciary, INEC, and other sensitive institutions. Do you think that is what is playing out here, or the president is literally just being indifferent and allowing the law to take its course?
Well, you are not far from it's what is playing out, but the president is the president of the nation. He has an authority over all the agencies. This is what I want from you. Do this for me, and he will go ahead and do it. We need him to make a pronouncement. Even if it's in the closer to the agency, concerning Nnamdi Kanu's matter, and also concerning this agreement that they came into with the son. I think the son is a young man. Should even be able to remind his father if his father can remember some of these promises and agreements. And we said this at so time. And that's why I said earlier, I think there are weaknesses. And the witnesses can further help to prove this matter, the sincerity of this matter forward. How genuine, how truthful it is before Nigerians.
But Mr. Elvis, is Seyi Tinubu the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2023 elections? Is Seyi Tinubu the official representative at the time? Don't you think that it literally did not make any sense to have that kind of agreement with the son of the president, who seemed, supposedly desperate to see how they could curry support and favor from all and sundry to ensure that his father wins the election? How do you take that commitment or that conversation valid and then say, okay, it was an agreement between I and Seyi Tinubu, who says his father sanctioned it? How do you do that?
That's where the issue is Esther, because some of those agreements the son went on behalf of the father. Some of them are like, are against the national discourse. Like, even before the father came into power, IPOP has been proscribed by Buhari's government. By Buhari's government. So if the son is going to make an agreement with somebody they said is the leader of IPOP, that his father was going to do this when he comes into power, it is also now less for him, the son, to be able to put the father through, or he agreed with them, and be able to sensitize him on the way to think of how to release Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that Asari Dokubo also came up with an agreement and when the agreement was not coming to pass, as before Asari Dokubo had boss concerning this government too. So there was some agreement that the son, who is not the party, he was not the Kaka, he was not the flag bearer, he was not the flag bearer, he was not even an executive of the APC, but he was just standing in as the son of the candidate today, because his father has not won the election, has not won there.
So do you think that now that the father has won, and maybe there's been silence for a long time, maybe calls have been pulled through and nobody is responding, do you think that's why Prince Emmanuel is now putting it to light?
That's why he's coming out to tell the world that this was not his son. That's why I'm also reminding another. If he has made some of these agreements on behalf of his father, during the electionary campaign, he should now remind the father that is there anything we can be of help, or we can come out, to tell Nigeria this is what we want to do in this matter. Because we have had a year plus now, his father is in government. It's enough time for the son to be able to start. The government has come to say after that now. Now you should not be reminding the father, let's see what we can do in this matter, because this is what I promised this for when I was also part of your campaign trail to get into this position. It is time now for him to remind his father and to not tell him, because there were some of them that his father was not aware of. He should be able to talk to his father. Now, I did this on your behalf. I made this promise on your behalf. I made this agreement on your behalf. Please, what can you do now that you are there as the president? So, just like I said, this discussion is coming at this time. This is January. We're just beginning the year. So let's see that as it's in the media now, I will sure get it within the next quarter or thereabout, whether we're going to get results out of it.
All right.
The lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu is aware of this agreement. The lawyers also scrutinize it and look at everybody.
Exactly. I'm waiting for the lawyers to respond.
Yes.
And Seyi Tinubu as well.
And Tinubu's son can also respond.
Yes.
And say whether the family is like or not. So the family should also be able to have their witness ready. All those that were with them when this discussion was made.
It's
that
true.
will not make the discussion to be robust and become a national discourse and see how it can help. Head the matter on ground forward.
All right.
Go on.
All right, Mr. Elvis, I'm so sorry that it seems like most of the question is on Southeast and Nnamdi Kanu, but these are very breaking stories, and it's pertinent that we discuss it. So let's look at the current insecurity right now. Let's not even call it insecurity. The recent killings in Anambra, for example, is become rampant and consistent. Nobody knows exactly what the root cause of it is. Others feel that it's a political maneuver since Anambra election is taking place this year. But we thought that with the apprehension, since they've apprehended Nnamdi Kanu, or he's within the finished custody, sorry, not Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, that we're not going to experience any of this happening, right now in Anambra and some parts of Imo State. So the question now is this: if Finland meant in exile Prime Minister has now been locked up in the Finnish custody, and it seems now that that direct reaction, or order that they usually say comes from him is no longer in term. So who are the persons perpetrating this criminality in Anambra State and in the Southeast, or rather some regions in the Southeast?
Yeah, there were already criminal elements who has already implemented the good work of IPOP.
Okay.
And also, we saw that Simon Ekpa was swelling in from Finland. Now that Simon Ekpa has been picked up,
Yeah.
I was even expecting that the Monday sit at home by now would have been a thing of the past. But I have to tell you now that as long as the Monday sit at home still continues and the insecurity still continues, that there are some elements who have bought into the good intention IPOB have to now begin to use it to commit crime and inflict injuries on Southeastern brothers. So this is why I always say that the government must find a way to settle amicably with IPOB so that these elements who have hijacked this and have made it like a means of livelihood to them can now be picked up and tried genuinely with the loss of the land and sentenced as appropriate.
All right.
So this is why the arrest of Simon Ekpa right there in Finland is a very good way forward.
All right, Mr. Elvis, I'm sorry that I'm rushing you because we're running out of time. Apparently, experts in the United States, Europe, they are inviting the United Nations and International Criminal Court. They are demanding for an urgent intervention in the killings right now in that region. They are saying throw weight behind inter-society special reports on, according to these experts, they called it war zone situation in eastern Nigeria. They're urging the incoming Trump administration to adopt the report as working document on human rights and international development partnership policies on Nigeria and its government. This group, they distinguish themselves and they're asking everyone, all and sundry, on the shocking development in the southeast, particularly the incessant killings in Anambra State. They said that Chicago, in Illinois, the coalition is urging the UN International Criminal Court to intervene urgently and investigate claims contained in a report whereby they said blood flowing into Nigeria, human rights made in Nigeria, and according to the Inter-Society is a catalogue of the armed state actor and armed non-state actor atrocities in the East since August 2015. In the past 9 years, they are asking the United Nations to quickly look into it. They are saying that tens and tens of thousands of persons, defenseless citizens, including those abducted, those who have been disappeared, they've been tortured, their body has been lacerated, some of them have been burned, their properties razed, a couple of civilian homes valued at over 450 billion naira raided. 300 defenseless Igbo communities, 80,000 inhabitants, and frightened and forced over 1 million others to flee their homes. So what do you think the UN would do in regards to this? Because this is something that is contained within the country that you expect a sovereign nation to deal with.
But Nigeria is a part of the UN human rights group. Nigeria signed that agreement, so the UN must be able to also show that facing this kind of criminality from government. The UN should be able to sanction Nigeria government. The UN should be able to remind Nigeria government that they are part of the treaty to human rights of nations. So I expect them to be able to investigate most of those objects you mentioned, because we know too well that there are camps. We have heard of, Nigeria having set up camps where people are detained unnecessarily and people are tortured. We also heard of most of the young men are fleeing that part of Nigeria to other part now because of the insecurity, at which they are saying that part of Nigeria armed forces are even part of those that are escaping.
Yes, so that's what the report said.
Yes, that's what we have been hearing. The UN must be able to investigate this and make that appropriate sanction to Nigeria government where they have fair against the citizens, since they are part of the human rights treaty organization signed by them to be part of it.
All right, because they're also saying that apparently cars of these individuals, some innocent Southeasterners, have been sold by state actors and non-state actors where they seize it irredeemably without no questions are asked and all of that stuff. And they're saying that some of these things are being aided by the Nigerian security forces to influx and proliferate estimated 2.7 million illicit small arms and light weapons across eastern Nigeria. Don't you think this is a very huge allegation? A very huge allegation that this particular expert or inter-society based on that report are calling for, because they're actually saying that They are in the US, they're Nigerians in diaspora. A 76 or 78 compilation of that particular document has been put together, and they say they have evidence to prove all that was written in that report concerning all the tragic incidents that has been occurring in the Southeast since 2015. Others are now asking the administration of the president to intervene, and some people say the presidency has tried to intervene, but then those in that region are saying we don't want the president's help. They don't want their help. They just want them to release Nnamdi Kanu and then leave the region alone. So for Anambra State precisely, how do you describe a recent development that took place where persons who were at a funeral were killed by supposed unknown gunmen? Now, people are saying these unknown gunmen are persons, that are working for Asari Dokubo, but it has become one too many in that region. So what decisive action do you think should be taken now, not tomorrow, but now?
It is even now, it's already too late, Esther. The decision has to be taken as fast as possible because unknown government was not part of the struggle for the Eastern emancipation. Unknown government just came from nowhere. We know of Masov over the years. But where is unknown government coming from? That is to tell you that the good work of IPOP and all that have been infiltrated. So I read that Governor Tinubu has said he's setting up a very large security network. To begin
he called it Operation Udogachi.
Yes, he gave the name. Yes, right. So let us see how that this operation that he's setting up will be able to work with the people. Let me tell you, sir, if the people are taken away from me, it will not work.
But the president, the governor of Anambra State placed 10 million naira bounty on anyone who knows those who perpetrated the Ihiala attack. He placed a 10 million naira bounty. Do you think anyone will blow the whistle? Because anytime whistleblowers talk, they always think that they are culprits.
Those bounties have never worked in Nigeria because Nigerians are even afraid to give the government agencies information. Because at the end of the day, you discover that even the people that gave us this information are going to now become scapegoats. Because the government themselves, don't have this. They don't have the idea of keeping information that is linked to them. It will not work. But what I'm expecting the governor to do is the governor should be able to be closer to the youth and even find a way to recruit them to be part of this security that he is coming up with. Because if you listen to the conventional security agencies, Nigeria police and DSS and all that, the people in the South no longer trust this Nigeria police and DSS and armed forces again, because they are even saying that they are part of those that are, the part of those that are in causing some of the mayhem that goes on in the South. So that war will continue to remain there, and people's lives will continue to be trampled upon. So it has to find a way to work with the people, not just giving out all this million, to share the security situation and all over the Southeast. If we have Nigerian armed forces, the people of the Southeast don't trust Nigerian armed forces to be able to check this security in the Southeast.
So my people, that is it. As I bring this update to you guys. Yes, just as I said before, that you should leave your thought in the comment section about Nnamdi Kanu's brother's action by having this deal with Tinubu's son. Do you think that he betrayed Nnamdi Kanu, or he did it because he wants his brother to come out from DSS custody? Just leave your thought in the comment section. And also, please, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.